We are still looking at the blue cards to find the missing side of a right triangle. I recommend that you copy the triangle down like I have done ahead of time so that we can label across from the right angle is the hypotenuse, across from the 40 degrees is the opposite, which means our remaining side is the adjacent. We don't know anything about the hypotenuse, so we must be using tangent, which is the opposite divided by the adjacent. And when we set this up, then it's going to be the tangent of 40 equals x divided by 12, opposite divided by the adjacent. So we're going to multiply this side by 12, and we're going to multiply this side by 12. And when we multiply both sides by 12, we're going to be typing in 12 times the tangent of 40. And we can grab our calculator. And we end up with 10.069. But because this 9 is 5 or higher, we're going to say 10.07. Problem 17. I had to switch to notebook paper, as you can see, but we are still finding sides, and I've drawn the triangle out so we can label it. Nice for me because I don't have to squeeze everything in a box, and I seem to be missing a piece here, but across from the right angle is the hypotenuse, and across from 54 has a length of 20, and that's going to be our opposite, which means that this is the adjacent. And when we set this up, then what we have is we know the opposite. We want to find the hypotenuse, and the function that has both opposite and hypotenuse in it is the sine. And so when we set this up, it's going to be the sine of 54 equals 20 divided by x. Once again, the variable is in the denominator, so my little saying is when the variable is down low, we're going to switch a row. So this is going to become x equals 20 divided by sine of 54. And then when we go to our calculator here, 20 divided by sine of 54, we get 24.721, which is ultimately going to round to be 24.72. The 1 is 5, less than 5. If we look at problem number 18, here is our picture. So we'll start by labeling, and then I'll move the blue card out of the way. But across from the right angle is the hypotenuse. Across from 20 is the opposite, which means our third side is the adjacent. I always recommend that you label the triangle before setting it up. But once again, in this particular problem, we want to find the opposite. We know the hypotenuse, and that function is still going to be sine. So if we set this up, then this is going to be sine of 20 equals x divided by 18. And in order to solve this, it's x divided by 18. We want to undo the division by multiplying both sides by 18. Just to write it a little bit better, it's 18 times sine of 20 equals x. And then we type it into our calculator. 18 sine of 20. And we get 6.156. But because the 6 is 5 or higher, this is going to be 6.16.